Josh Shanley, and I'm back with Jesse Mills. We had Jesse on live yesterday, and this is kind of a follow-up. So yesterday, it was just kind of an introductory session with Jesse about his slow flip business model and how he has been able to put transactions
with client Alchemist and EXP Realty.
You're watching this live sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. Technology, gotta love it. Anyway, we talked about how Jesse built a business model around how you can take your turn downs or folks that are interested in rent to own and turn those into an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 transactions a month for those who are interested. And a little backstory on that and how he came about doing these types of transactions. And today, what we want to do is just a kind of a brief overview of what that process looks like. And then tomorrow, James, who's actually with us here today, he's going to share his experience as one of Jesse's most successful students. But before we get to Jesse sort of unpacking that, in the description, and hopefully somebody, if you're watching, if you can help us out, in the comments, you can register for our free class this Thursday at 1 Eastern. Jesse's going to unpack the whole thing. He's going to show you end-to-end, detailed how you can add an additional 1 to 2, even more transactions per month for those of you that it really resonates with from rent-to-own buyers. How you can take those turn downs, those dead leads in your database, and actually turn it into transactions without spending any additional money, and by just being a better problem solver, right? Just by being aware of it and having your eyes open to the opportunity. So you can register for free at slowflipclass.com. It's slowflipclass.com. And if somebody can help us out by putting that in the comments. So with that said, Jesse, can you share just kind of big picture overview what what these transactions looks like and kind of just the basic steps of the process?
Yeah, absolutely. And super excited to go through kind of everything here this week on Thursday, the whole story with all of it, how it goes down and how we're helping people, all over the country doing these deals. But basically people will come to us typically as referrals. So we have a very strong referral program. Okay. So I'm out looking every day to find loan officers, agents, people in the business, maybe, insurance, attorneys, people who are in the business who run across these opportunities. But let's talk especially with, agents and lenders. They run into someone. It's one of two situations. Okay. Number one is, and I just had this 2 weeks ago. Okay. So this happened 2 weeks ago. I was out of town with some buddies for the weekend and I got a call. Hey, I've got a pre-approval. We're supposed to close in 3 weeks. It was pre-approved. It just fell apart. We can't do the deal anymore. And, something changed and now their scores are like, right here. So the scores are actually decent enough. This is an interesting one. I won't go deep, but scores are good enough to do FHA, but not good enough to do conventional. Okay. But the property is above FHA loan limits. So they're in this little weird spot, right? So we get weird stuff, but it's all weird and it's all the time. So whatever, they had a pre-approval. It was supposed to happen. It fell apart. So what we're looking at is, okay, what's the story? What's the background? Can they make on-time payments every month comfortably? Number one, do we have an exit strategy, right? So is something going to change from here to here, right? Today, they're getting told no by the bank, and we're going to try to say yes, but can something change so they can end up paying us off? We're a bridge, we're a gap, okay? And we don't care if it's a year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe even 5 years, but we want to know what that story is and that path to get there. Then number three, do they have money down? So our program, we do want to see some skin in the game. We want to see some money down. We don't care about bad credit. We expect bad credit. And it's not always bad credit, right? Sometimes it's good credit. It's just they don't tick all the boxes to qualify. And so I asked the agent these questions. They said, yep, blah, blah, blah. I think we're good to go. And so then what we do is we kind of start working up the numbers. And the beautiful thing about what we do is we have a nice network, which is always growing, of investors who want cash flowing properties with little to no headaches. And that's what we provide them. And so we went to our investors and said, hey guys, here's this great opportunity to help this person out and help this family. Here's what it looks like. Here's where we're at now. Here's what's going to change. and we basically play matchmaker. Now, sometimes I'm the investor, sometimes it's one of my partners, or sometimes it's one of our clients. But we're taking people who want cash flow in real estate, and we're mixing and matching with people who just can't quite get financing right now. So this is one where it was a pre-approval and it was going to blow up. And this is a $600,000 house. So imagine you have $600,000 commission coming your way, or the commission on that deal,
right?
And then it's gone. But then we could find a way to resurrect the deal, and now it's back on, and that agent's going to get paid again, where they would have made zero and it would have fallen apart, and that person probably would have rented for a year or two. They're unhappy. But sometimes it's one where they're not that in the thick of it, and it's, hey, I just can't get pre-approved right now because of XYZ, but I want to get into a house. And then we say, here's what we can do, and now they go house shopping.
Sure. So simple in theory, but we're going to unpack it in more detail Thursday at 1 Eastern. You can register. Again, it's a completely free class. You can keep your wallet, in your pocket. We're not selling anything. We're going to unpack. Jesse's going to unpack what it looks like, how this all works, the different steps in the process in more detail. And then for those that are curious and want to dive deeper, there'll be an opportunity to schedule a call with Jesse and get more information. That's it. Tomorrow, we're going to talk with James and get some of his feedback and experience and what this has, how some of these deals have worked in his experience. James is one of Jesse's great students, and we're all partnered together at EXP, which is a cool thing as well. So once again, free class, slowflipclass.com. You can go there and register. If depending on when you're watching this, we're going to be live Thursday at 1 Eastern. If you miss the live, we'll do our best to get you the information one way or another. Tune in tomorrow, and we'll talk with James briefly and get some of his experience. And then, like I said, we'll go deep for about an hour on Thursday at 1 Eastern. So thank you, gentlemen, for your time today. Look forward to chatting again tomorrow and diving deep on Thursday. Take care and talk soon.